the first years of the Yeshiva G'dayla here in Miami, and the Rebbe sent Talmidim Hashluchim, so from time to time the Rebbe would send them letters. Usually it was an answer on their duch, and other times he would send them letters. I want to mention one interesting letter. Tovshin Lamed Hey. There was a Michtav Kloli that the Rebbe sent, dated Yom Shlishi Shehuch Bo Beketeves, Tuesday, Parshas V'Yisrael Eisachoyel. And there the Rebbe speaks about Miftzayim and things like that. After that, the Rebbe wrote a Michtav Kloli Proti. We know what Kloli Proti means, when the Rebbe would write a general letter, but wouldn't send it out just for everybody. He would send it to private people, and he would put in the name of the person he's sending it to, and then if there's anything specific he had to write to this person, at the end of the letter or someplace he would add a few words with his ksav yad or typed even to that person. So it was called a Michtav Kloli Proti. It was the same letter to many, many people, but it was also Proti because the Rebbe wrote it to the specific different people by their name and added whatever he had to add, which is shaycha specific to those people. So after this Michtav Kloli that the Rebbe wrote then, he wrote a Kloli Proti, which was written to many different people, and the Michtav Kloli Proti starts off like this, that Avsha Bola Kaman Kvar Bo B'Michtav HaKloli Miyem Shlishi Shehuch Beketei Parshas V'Yisrael Eisachoyel. Even though what I'm going to write in this letter here already was written in the Michtav Kloli, but it's not the same when you write and you ask many people together, to turning and asking something specific from an individual, writing it to echad v'yochid, to one person, directly to him, it's not the same. And then the Rebbe goes on concerning the inyonim that he wants to talk about. This Michtav Kloli, Proti, was also sent to the Shluchim. Now, here the Rebbe added a line, because when the line says that the purpose of this Michtav Kloli Proti is because it's not the same when you write a Michtav Kloli or when you write specific to an individual specifically, that has a greater impression. Now here is a problem, because the Shluchim were 10 Shluchim or 11 Shluchim, so the Rebbe can't say that the Michtav Kloli is for it's a lot of people together, and this is for one individual, when this is not really for one individual. So after the words that the Rebbe writes that it's not the same when you write to many together, Legabe, if you're asking somebody Shlucha Yoshor le'echod u'le'yochid, to one, and echod and yochid, the two words, the Rebbe added with the ksav yad kedesh like this: Ulemitzias yechida hanasis al dei ichud kama yechidim, or to one entity which is made up of the combination of many individuals. In other words, he's saying that the group of the Shluchim really is one entity. So when he said before that it's different when you go directly to one person, so writing it to the group of Shluchim is really like writing to one person. And these are the words that he wrote with his Ksav Yad Kodesh. Ula Metzias Yechida, to one single Metzias entity, Hanasis al Yedei Ichud Kama Yechidim, which is done, but became through the combination, the unity of many individuals. One more letter I want to mention, which is dated Bein Yud Beis Gimel v'Yud Beis Yud Gimel Tamas Tov Shin Mem. The Rebbe also writes a letter to the Bochem Shluchim, which is a regular letter where he says that he confirms the receipt of what they sent to the Rebbe and the Bakosha's Broch, and the Rebbe said, I'm going to mention it at the Tzion, and at the end, before the signatures, typed the word Bibrocha, and the Rebbe added a few words. After the words Bibrocha, he wrote Le Talmud Torah ve'ahava v'yireh, a brocha to learn Torah with ahava v'yireh, with love and fear of Hashem, which is something in Chassidus we learn. It's a very high madrege, and the Rebbe wrote to the Talmidim Hashluchim that they give him a brocha to learn Torah be'ahava v'yireh. And this was written in a letter which is dated Bein Gimel v'Yud Beis Yud Gimel Tammuz Tov Shin Mem.